You will be a Jedi. I promise.
Entombed is the 5th episode of The Bad Batch, showcasing the crew going on a mysterious treasure hunt that leads to one big surprise. And while there are certainly some high points in the story, I felt like the episode didn't reach the highs that the last 2 episodes had.
Don't worry, buddy. You're doing fine. I won't let you blow this.
To be honest, this episode didn't click for me in the same way that the rest of the season so far has. I don't mind when the story for a standalone episode doesn't advance the central plot, as long as the episode involves development and does things that impact the characters on an emotional level. However, I felt like Entombed lacked any growth for the Bad Batch and just showed us different things happening to them without any meaning or depth.
Oh no! I seen this on the Late Show. You ghoulish fiends hold me down and take turns nibbling on my innards. Then you eat my brain and leave my body for the buzzards.
That's disgusting. We just want the hat back.
The episode relies heavily on what the Bad Batch are going to find, and spends the majority of the episode going through what we assume to be some ancient tomb, and it turns out that they are inside the body of a massive horizon tall neck. But why did the original creators make a compass leading to it? What was its purpose? And why were there puzzles inside of it? These are just a few questions I had after watching, and I think the episode could have improved by answering or at least acknowledging the mysteries a bit more. I've seen theories that the mech is related to Zepho culture and technology from Fallen Order, and I do think it would be an interesting connection. However, I never think a story should have to rely on background knowledge in order to be understood. I will admit that it was a pretty cool twist, yet there is no real depth to their discovery, as the creature they find becomes rubble just as quickly as it had risen from its grave.
You're right, Patrick.
Have I ever not been right?
Let's compare Entombed to another infamous episode from Star Wars media, the Win Kathu job. In both, we see a charismatic role model of sorts lead our main protagonist into a treasure hunt. What happens in the actual hunts is more or less inconsequential, but the big difference between the two is that Rebels has an important lesson. Ezra learns that his faith and trust in who he considers to be friends has limits, and in that pursuit of treasure, he risks endangering his friends. Entombed, on the other hand, doesn't impart any lessons on Omega or the Bad Batch. They simply walk away empty-handed, and we, as an audience, don't feel like the crew changed in any way.
That's funny. Someone turned the mountain upside down.
Out of 5 episodes, only 1 so far being a miss for me is quite a good ratio. I'm just hoping that any standalone episodes in the future can improve by impacting the main characters more, proving to the audience why these episodes should exist in the first place, whether simply being entertained in between episodes or building towards a main plot.